Hi, I'm Linda. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia, and I wanted to show you this awesome album that Stampin' Up currently has. It's actually called the So You mini album. It's a simply created kit, and you'll find it if you're looking for it in our current occasions catalogue. That's this one, the one with the beautiful flowers on the front. And it's right at the back, so you just go to the back cover and just go back to page 48. Here's all the pieces that you get in the album. I'll go through it with you in a moment so you can see for yourself. And it is called the So You Project Kit. Okay, in Australia the price is $34.95. There is a matching stamp set, which is optional. You can purchase this if you want. I'll show you that today and how I've used it, and a few other things that you may find helpful. So this is just some tips and ideas for how you can put your album together. I'm going to start, I did this as a class last week and also as a stamp club this month, and my stamp club group loved it. They all purchased one in advance and then we made them up on the day. My thinking is that I'll stick to the same format, so I'm going to show you my album quickly first, then I'll go through what's in the kit, and then I'll give you a couple of tips of a couple of things you can do to make it special. Okay, so first of all, it comes with the ribbon and all the pieces to put it together. Okay, I've got various elements. The little pockets inside are 4 inches by 4 inches, and you can either cut your 6 by 4 or any other photo size down to 4 by 4 or smaller. So I'll show you how to do this in a moment. This is a little pocket that they actually recommend. There's a little instruction sheet that comes with the creator kit, the Simply Creator Kit, and when you open up, if you're like me, and I'm at an age now where I need to wear glasses to read anything very small, so I did need my glasses for this because the instructions are quite small. But what is very helpful is on the back we have a full colour piece of different ways that you could put the pages together, so there's lots of ideas here for you. So I've taken some of those ideas almost exactly, and then I've come up with some of my own. I haven't finished my album yet, but I thought you'd like to see what I have done. So this is a pocket, and I'll go through that in a moment, how I did it. Then I've got some, this is a 4 by 4 photograph. It's just slipped straight into the sleeve. Okay, there are 20 sleeves in your kit, which means front and back you can hold up to 40 photos. So that's pretty exciting, because that is going to be a nice little project. This is actually a 6 by 4 photo that I did not want to cut down because we had the 4 of us in this photo taking up the whole shot. But it actually cut in half quite nicely, and I used half of my photo on each of the 2 4 by 4 pages, which meant that I had a little bit, an inch over on either side, that I could use to do a little bit of journaling. So that's one way you could treat a 6 by 4 photo if it's a landscape size that you didn't want to actually that you didn't want to cut up. Okay, so that's an idea for you. This is a 3 by 3 photograph, cut down a little more. This album is my Stampin' Up trip in 2013 to Salt Lake City. So we started by going to the Stampin' Up convention, and then we had part of the trip was a very amazing trip to head office, which I'd always dreamed of doing. So I thought it'd be nice to do the album on that. So various things I've actually used in my album. This is not part of the kit, but this is a Project Life framelits kit that's got the Project Life card sizes, but also these great little labels. There's 3 of them, 3 different sizes, and I've used those in my books to add captions. So if you have those for Project Life or for anything else, you'll find them very handy. Of course, you don't have to have them. You could just put in a strip of paper, but they do make it easier. So I've used them throughout, as you can see. Now, one of the things that is part of the kit is some window sheets or pieces of acetate in the 4 by 4 size, and we use those. I've used them all the way through, so I'll show you how I use them. But this here is another 6 by 4 photo that I've cut in half. If someone's head had been right in the middle, it wouldn't have worked so well. But my friend Vanessa has just got her head slightly to the right of the half there, so she stood in exactly the right place. Not that we planned it, of course. And I've just put that in with some washi tape that is also in the kit there, and a bit of stamping and some words, some journaling on the sides. More captions, some washi tape, and some little sequins that are also in there. Now, if you're wondering what I do with these, it looks like I've actually done them on my photos, but this is the beauty of the window sheets that's in the kit. So you actually slide those in. Can you see that I've actually put them over the top? Okay, so it's like sits on top of your photo, you don't even know it's there, and it's fantastic because you're not actually damaging your photographs. Mind you, these days with digitals, we probably don't care as much as we used to once when it was film, but it is a great way to do it. There's a funny story behind that photo. I've actually added some bits and pieces there. I've decided, I used white StazOn to stamp on the acetate sheets, but I should have used a darker colour on this one because it doesn't show up, but I will go back and fix that. Some shopping that we did in Salt Lake City. This is another acetate sheet that I've covered over. I've put a bit of washi tape. I put some bling. I put the word happy, which is also out of the kit, and I just slid that in over the top of my photograph. Okay, so that makes it very easy. Right, there's more there. This is the hello that's also in the kit, and actually it's the hello from the middle of this is the negative piece of that piece of wood, and I've just popped that straight over. They snail on quite nicely, and if you don't want to put it on your photo, you can put it on an acetate sheet. There's little cork pieces. I've got to add some captions here, and you can see as I go through, see there's more with the word smile, which is out of the little the So You stamp set, this one here. Okay, there's a little smile that goes over the top of the girls. And lots of other things. There's another pocket that I've made, that one with some sequins and the word love inside, and so on. So you can see that I've had a bit of fun with this, and that's actually a piece of balsa wood, and I actually put my 3x3 photo and actually journaled with one of the Project Life journaling pens around the outside. So there are elements of, and this is another one where you just stamp over the top. Okay, and then slide it in over your photo. So you're not actually stamping directly onto your photo, which is fantastic. So you could have a lot of fun with that. So the first thing I want to show you then very quickly is what's actually in your kit. Okay, so we've got the 4x4 page protectors, 20 of those. And then we've got in a little separate box here. The album comes blank, just so you can decorate it as you wish. You can add anything you like to it. There's a couple of different washi tapes, one with hearts and one with stripes. There is ribbon and twine. The ribbon is what I've used to wrap around the outside of my album. You may have noticed that before I had it tied up. The ribbon is exactly the right amount to tie it around if you wish to do that. So if you're going to be tying your ribbon around your album, don't cut it up to use it inside the album, because then you may not have enough to wrap around the outside. There's little sequins. These are just silver, and also if you look closely in there, there's some little clips too. There's a heart clip and a star clip in there. I'll just you'll have to take my word for it. There's some little epoxy stickers which you can either colour if you have alcohol markers, or you can put a little piece of paper or anything you like behind them, which will show through. And the hearts and the stars and the circles, we do have the larger size. There's small ones and larger ones. The larger ones actually have punches to match those if you wanted to go down that track. Okay, and then you've got a whole shrink wrapped packet of all these bits and pieces. Okay, now some of these you've already seen me use. I'm not going to actually open them, and the reason I'm not opening them is because I'm actually going to use this kit in a class for a customer, so I better put it all back together. Right, there we go. And instead I'll show you some of the ones in my kit that's left over. So there's these little balsa wood pieces. They are literally wood. And then there's a whole bunch of, so there's the happy that I've pushed out and used the happy inside the album. You saw that before. There's plain white pieces that you can decorate however you like. There's also, so they're the plain white ones, there's also all these pattern paper pieces that you can use in your album, little knitting and wooden backgrounds. There's cork sheets, and if you look closely at the cork sheets, they actually have stars in various sizes, which you can push out and use the stars by themselves, or just use the outlines. And there's a whole bunch, 20 acetate sheets. Now this is really important. When you start, you can learn from my mistake, okay? I couldn't work out why. When I stamped on my acetate sheets, it wasn't stamping cleanly, and I didn't understand why. That's because every single sheet has a layer of plastic coating it, and if you look closely in the corner there, you can see where it's lifting from the corner. If you can't see it, you can actually feel it. One side will feel gritty, and when you peel it back or scratch it with your fingernail, you'll actually start to lift, and you just peel that sheet off. Make sure you peel the sheets off before you add it to your album, because you won't be able to get a good clean image stamped on it until you do. Alright, so that's the number one tip that I would tell you, because I learned that one the hard way. I just thought, why is that not stamping properly? And it was actually me, because I hadn't taken plastic off. There you go. but it's an easy mistake to make. Right, now I'm not going to do it right now for you, but this one I've actually decorated with stars from one of the templates. You might know that we have the decorative masks. We have stars and hearts and dots and stripes. They're very reasonably priced, and they're in our big catalogue, our annual catalogue currently. And I've just used a dauber with white ink and just sponged some stars from the template straight over the top. And so that's just white craft ink straight onto the background. I liked how that turned out. It was a little plain for me without that, so I thought that was a nice thing to do. Then I added my wooden piece after I pushed the hello out so I could use it in the album, and I just put that on with dimensionals. But before I put it right on, I slid my ribbon underneath, and the ribbon is actually not held in there. It's you know, you just can pull that through, but it does hold in place quite nicely. Okay, so that's how I did the outside. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is these little guys. All right, all it is, I won't actually do it, but I will show you how it's done very simply. You just line up, and I found it easiest to line it up on my grid paper. So if you're using grid paper or something with lines on it, it does make it easier. I lined my two pieces, make sure you take the plastic off first, line my two pieces of acetate straight over my over each other. Okay, so the corners were all lined up. And then I got the washi tape from the kit. You can use either one. You can use either the stripy one or the one with the hearts. And then I put it so it went halfway over my edges, and I actually taped it to the table. And I did to the two sides first. Okay, so this side and this side, taped it to the table. And the good thing about washi tape is it just lifts off paper. It doesn't stick. So, well, it sticks, but not firmly. So once I had them taped in position, then I just picked up the whole thing. Okay, so then I've got two sides taped, and then I taped the third side in the same way. You could actually do the two sides and the third side if you want to, but don't do the fourth side. Before you do anything else, that's when you're going to add your stamp. Now the stamps that I used, sometimes I use the ones out of here. These are shown at 50%, I think I mentioned in the album, in the catalogue, but they're actually quite large. Okay, so that smile, for example, goes really nicely across here. And I did that. The other ones I like these adventure awaits. It's not designed to work with this kit, but I liked the fact that I had the words "The Adventure Begins," which for me, this was an adventure, and I did want to have this as my my little adventure album. So that was a really good one, and that's the one that I've used here. Okay. The other one that I used throughout was the Let's Get Away Project Life stamp set, which has got all these great little images, and this is a great one if you're doing a travel piece. So it's got Never Stop Exploring, Let's Get Away, To Live Is to Travel, and some great little things like cars and caravans and luggage and aeroplanes, that kind of thing. So that's a great little one as well. Okay, so they're the three I use, but you could of course use anything you like. Alright, so once I've got three sides done, I then did my stamp. I could have done my stamp at the beginning, but the reason I didn't is I wanted to make sure that it was inside the washi tape, so that I wouldn't be covering it later. So I wanted to make sure that I knew exactly how far my washi tape came in over the acetate sheets. Then I did my stamp, then I put my sequins in, and then I did the fourth side. Okay, so really easy to do. You just line them up, do three sides, stamp it, fill it, and do the fourth side. Okay, so that's really simple to do, and then it just slides into your album. Okay, I did one of these because I like them so much. I did one for my Project Life album as well. I thought that worked well. Okay, alright, so same thing with these. I just did these on the acetate sheets. And making a pocket is probably one of the most easy things. So they're the three main things I wanted to show you today. How to do the outside, how to do a pocket, and how to do to make sure that you take the plastic off the acetate. They're the main things. You will have a lot of fun with these albums. I enjoyed mine immensely. And it's just, as another tip, if you're not sure how to go, what I did was I sorted my photos first. I put them all into, you know, the ones that I could cut down to 4x4 or less, and pulled those ones out. And then once I had them done, I then went through and put them all in the album. So I actually went through the whole album and put the whole lot in, because that way I could then go back and work on them. And that's why my album's not yet finished, because I've still got some I want to go back and work on. But it is a nice way, it is a really nice way to do it. If you are just doing one page at a time, it feels like progress can be slow, even though this is a pretty quick album. But if you go through and do the whole lot first and then go back and add your elements, it seems to come together, it's more cohesive and it seems to come together more quickly. I hope you enjoyed that. This is a great, fantastic little project. If you wanted to order one, head over to my online store at www.lhiggins.blogspot.com. And there's a shop now button, and you can order one to have sent to you anywhere in Australia for a really low postage charge. Enjoy, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.